Muhammad Ali and his actions during the Vietnam War increased public awareness on religious freedoms and anti-violence, which made people more accepting of religions.
Cassius Clay was born on January 17, 1942, in Louisville, Kentucky. His parents were Cassius Clay Sr. and Odessa Grady Clay. When he was only 12, his brand new bike was stolen. He wanted to punish the thief by beating him up. Shortly after this, Clay began to learn how to box. From then on, Clay realized he was destined to be a boxer. As the world now knows, he went on to become one of the most famous boxers in history.
Clay was a promising boxer from the beginning. Before he was 18, he had won 6 Kentucky Gold Glove Championships, 2 National Gold Glove Championships, and 2 United States National Amateur Boxing Championships. Shortly after he turned 18, Clay participated in the 1960 Rome Olympic Games. It was there that he won a gold medal. Most people know Muhammad Ali as one of the greatest heavyweight boxers of all time, but he was also a very important religious leader in our country's history.
Went to the Muslim mosque in 1960 when I first went to Miami training for professional fighting. I went to a Muslim meeting. And as soon as I heard it, I knew this is what I've been looking for all of my life.
In 1964, Clay fought Sonny Liston in a championship fight. After the fight, he announced his membership in the Nation of Islam. Nation of Islam leader Elijah Muhammad gave Cassius Clay the new name of Muhammad Ali. Ali, born a Christian, converted to Islam because he believed in the teachings of Elijah Muhammad, and he believed that all of Christianity was white. Jesus was white, God was white, angels were white, Joseph and Mary were white, and the Lord's Supper was all white men. He asked this to himself at a very young age and wondered why it was so. He also converted because of the concept of equality in Islam that was not in Christianity. Ali was a voice for blacks and Muslims around the world. Ali speaking out made the public aware of problems. He gave them a way to tell the public how they felt. During this period, the early 1970s, there was a lot of racial and religious tension. During the time of his conversion, the religion of Islam was not popular in the U.S. The Boxing Commission was furious with him just because he converted to Islam, and then he became the object of suspicion.
Why do you insist on being called Muhammad Ali now?
Now, that's the name given to me by my leading teacher, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. That's my original name. That's a black man name. Cassius Clay was my slave name. I'm no longer a slave. Straightening me up and teaching me the truth and saving my life so that I can see the hereafter. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches us the religion of Islam, and I will die for it and give everything. But as far as taking me for a ride is concerned, I've been the one that was taking me for a ride and still taking my people for a ride as the white people.
The Vietnam War started on November 1st, 1955. It lasted 19 years and 5 months. The U.S. thought that communism was threatening to expand all across Southeast Asia. U.S. forces deployed to help non-communist Vietnam to put down the communism in Vietnam. In the middle of the war, the government began to draft young men and women to fight in the cause of Vietnam.
Muhammad Ali was drafted in the Vietnam War and applied to be a conscientious objector, which is an individual who has claimed the right to refuse to perform military service on the grounds of freedom of thought and religion. Ali refused to go to war because he felt he hadn't been wronged by the people of Vietnam. He claimed, "I ain't got no quarrel with those Viet Cong. No Viet Cong ever called me a nigger." Ali was fined $10,000 for refusing to be inducted into the army. He claimed he didn't have a problem with the Vietnamese and refused to fight against them. The crime was punishable up to 5 years in prison and $10,000. Ali went to court against charges with some success. The United States forced him to be unemployed and restricted him from leaving the U.S. During this time, he lost money and began to near bankruptcy. Ali believed he was applicable to be a conscientious objector because he was a Muslim minister. He was denied mainly due to the fact because he was a boxer, which was a violent profession, even though he claimed Islam was peaceful and did not hurt others unless commanded by God, which was his reasoning for being an objector.
Ali refused to be drafted, even though he knew it could mean the loss of his heavyweight title, even jail. In the face of enormous controversy, Ali did not flinch.
There haven't been very many Negroes in this country who have protested the draft in the sense that they have gone in and fought. Do you think that you are setting some kind of an example that perhaps some of them may even...
I'm not out to set no example for nobody to follow. I'm a Muslim. I'm with 600 more million who believe the same as me, and I'm just sticking to my religious beliefs in the Holy Quran.
Just how far would you go to keep from taking up arms?
I'll die. It's anything that's against my religious beliefs. I'd rather face machine gun fire before deviate from the teachings of Almighty God and the religion of Islam, I would die.
Well, in this situation, you wouldn't have to die. It would mean that you'd go to jail if you refuse to take up arms.
I'm not saying where I will go. I'm just letting you know that I'm going to stick 1,000% to my religious beliefs, even if it means die. You figure out the rest.
The time that I enter the ring, in a way, I'm going to war. They say to me daily, "You are a prize fighter. What's the difference?" And I like to say to those critics of the press and to the others that there is one hell of a lot of difference in fighting in the ring and going to war in Vietnam. My intention is to box to win a clean fight. But in war, the intention is to kill, 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 and continue killing innocent people. And I want the world and the cameras to hear it. Who's the heavyweight champion of the world?
On May 8, 1967, Muhammad Ali officially refused to be inducted into the armed services, and he paid the price. He was stripped of his heavyweight title and his license to box.
And I would like to say to those of the press and those of the people who think that I lost so much by not taking the step, I would like to say that I did not lose a thing up until this very moment. I haven't lost one thing. I have gained a lot. Number one, I have gained a peace of mind. As you read the newspapers and the press now, you see that I am now in court. I am in court seeking justice under the laws of the land. In this country, the United States of America, ministers are exempt from the armed services. And if they choose, I am a Muslim minister and a teacher of the religion of Islam. It has been said that I have two alternatives: either go to jail or go to the army. But I would like to say that there is another alternative, and that alternative is justice. And if justice prevails, I will neither go to the army nor will I go to jail.
The Vietnam War became a very controversial subject around the United States. Many Americans participated in movements and protests to stop the United States' involvement in the war. Muhammad Ali participated in this and gave speeches on anti-violence. Ali spoke out in many speeches around the nation and in many interviews. He spoke out about the problems that affected him specifically and many Muslims across America. Rivers, ponds, lakes, and streams, they all have different names, but they all contain water. Just as religions do, they all contain truths. He used many sayings like these in his interviews and speeches in the public. Ali also said, "Yet people brand us as a hate group. They say we want to take over the country. They say we're communists. That is not true. Followers of Allah are the sweetest people in the world. They don't carry knives, they don't tote weapons." In this quote, he was standing up for the people of his religion and proving the stereotypes wrong. Ali once said, "Religions all have different names, but they all contain the same truths. I think the people of our religion should be more tolerant and understand people believe different things." When he said this, he made people see that we all needed to be accepting of all religions, and that people have freedom to choose whatever religion they wished.
Increased public awareness by his actions. An interviewee said that he made people aware of the problems at that time, and when people saw the problems that he pointed out, they were more motivated to fix them. Ali motivated people in society and made them aware of all the wrongs that were embedded in our society, such as racism and religious inequality in concepts of our government. He would speak out about how he personally was treated and his experiences. He preached racial pride and became a hero to Black Americans and Muslims in America.